Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time we left off, we defeated Boreal Valley? Boreal Valley? Can't remember. We defeated the boss. And now we have finally made it. Well, we finally completed the tutorial level, and we are now in the real deal, the game. If that sounds intimidating. I don't know, to be clear, if I sound like I'm talking really fast, I had to pee really badly. And someone's in the bathroom, so I'm just holding it right now. And it's not too bad. I don't need to desperately go, but you know, it would be nice to go right now. Anyway, aside from that, so yeah, we defeated the boss. We're now in the lower wall of Lothric. Yeah, I get the names confused because they're so fucking close to each other, like Lothric and Lothric. Like, you're gonna end up slipping and saying both. And for some reason, these dogs are actually attacking the undead. Like, I don't know what's up with that. Like, you can obviously hear the screaming. But they don't go after you at all, which is weird. Like, the dogs attack you, but like, the undead people, they don't go after you for anything. You see? He's not attacking me for shit. He's just ignoring me. It's weird. And then that's the guy who fucking closed the gate. Well, he didn't really close the gate. The gate closed itself for some reason. But yeah, you don't really need to kill these people. The wolves do not the wolves. The dogs do that job, but really they're just defenseless. They're mindless even. Oh boy. As I'm nearing to the final days of school, it's been a pretty fun year. A lot of people have just complained in classes and such about like, oh, this works hard and such, and I'm just like, whatever. But I've met some people, I've talked to some here and there, and it's been a pretty fun year. I met some good people, and I wouldn't talk to them later on. That's just me. But if I meet him again, you know, I'd just be like, hey, what's up? But if we don't, then, you know, it is what it is. Like, we knew each other once in class, that's just it.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles.
I don't remember what this guy was, but all I know is if you accept his services, something happens.
Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash, as I live.
Other way, dude.
To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londo, a pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
So now I can take sorcery from him, but I don't think I'm gonna use sorcery just yet. Maybe later on. We'll see. Because I am curious on how the spells work in this game. Not how they work, on how they look. Because way later on into Dark Souls 2, I started using magic, and I can now use like the crystal soul spears and such. But the magic was actually pretty useful in the game. It helped me a lot, and I even used some of the dark magic. What was it? It's not a miracle. What are they called? Hex. Yeah, hexes. Oh, boss. And apparently I could hold that with... Oh, no, I can't. I was like, I could apparently hold that? Also, I might be getting a new game later on. I'm not sure. Maybe... We'll have to see, because I did see Gangos playing it, and you'll probably know the name, but if anyone's heard of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse... They just recently started playing that game, and I was looking at it, and it's a game that interested me a while back, just because, like, it looked really interesting. And it had some interesting looking dialogue. Wait, no, that wouldn't make any sense. It just had like an interesting looking story and game mechanic. I think that would make sense. Whatever. Plus, it's something that I've seen here and there for quite a while, and I've heard a lot about it, and people are just like, "Oh my god, it's as good as it was back then." I'm like, "This was a game back then?" And apparently, it was a Game Boy game. I never knew that, so I might try that out and see how it goes. But we'll have to see, because I haven't played really many Steam games in a while. I plan on playing something later. I might do some Warface again, like maybe just 1 or 2 videos, just because I kind of feel like I've abandoned that game, but at the same time, that aiming kind of messed up my aiming on controllers. But now I'm just getting my aiming back, and I don't know, maybe I can find a way to adapt to the two. We'll have to see. Because I'm pretty sure I can still, you know, shoot well on a mouse. But I feel like I do better on a controller just because I've been using controllers all my life. We'll have to see, and for the game, I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe later on I'll definitely get the Game Boy game because it can be a ROM, obviously. So I'll definitely get that and just play that and see how it goes. Because I don't want to play Mega Man all the time. Like I didn't record Mega Man last week because I wasn't really feeling up to it. So I was like, all right, well, for this week I'll just upload one video and it'll just be on Dark Souls. Because Mega Man's fun and all, but like in the very beginning it's pretty boring, and it's also a new game, so like everything, it's a new game to me, and I would be interested, but I don't know. It's just not too appealing for me at the moment. Like, I am playing it to see how it goes, because I love every Mega Man Battle Network game. Like, don't get me wrong. But I just hate having to start in the beginning, because there's just so much you have to do, and there's so many things you're limited on. I'd rather just, like, you know, play the game somewhere throughout the end, or in the middle where I'm, like, I have decent powers and such, instead of just, you know, figuring out shit. That's just in the Mega Man game. Why the hell is this blood white? That's weird. But, that's just on some of the Mega Man Battle Network games. And in Mega Man Battle Network 4, Red Sun and Blue Moon, the game makes you restart every time you beat it. Because you beat the game up to 6 times, but like, the game restarts because the game's too short for you to get everything you need. So the game restarts, and every time you restart, you fight a stronger it's like a stronger version of the game. And if you're wondering why I'm attacking those cages, it's just because some of them are actually enemies. And you'll see pretty soon, I'm sure. But in Mega Man Battle Network 4, they did a thing where like every time you beat the game, it's like New Game Plus, like on Dark Souls. But instead of just playing the game over again, some scenes are a little different, and you end up getting one more power-up throughout the whole game, and you can also fight stronger enemies and do your best to get all their weapons, because it's going to be kind of hard to get a second version of a weapon, like a second version of a weapon whenever you're in the 3rd playthrough, and now only level 3 enemies are all you face. So yeah. Battle Network 4 is the only one that did that. Throughout the other ones, it's just like one playthrough, and it's a super long game. And with Battle Network 1, I don't know. I guess it's just because I never played it that I never really got into it. And it does seem like a little cheesy. But then again, all the other games are cheesy as fuck. But we'll have to see. And it's also a game that I just mostly speed through just because I like... The text comes by really fast, and I just read it really fast and such, and that's why I kind of stutter a lot. Oh, if you remember that guy who gave me the blue tearstone ring, that I need to give him that bone that I just found, because that bone is an actual important item. And I tried to find it, but I didn't see it I didn't see it at first. So I was like, where the fuck is it? Because I'm trying to find it to see what it is. I don't see it, so I'm like, what the fuck? And I start checking this, and I see it right there. Old human before bone with several holes bored into it. So this apparently belonged to the friend of that one guy who gave me his ring. And I don't know what happened to her, but I can only assume she was eaten alive. Because the undead are kind of fucked up. And whatever that person is, that's like I'm guessing it's like a blood witch or something, because the spell she launches at you causes bleed damage, and her weapon causes bleed damage as well. See what I mean? That's all like bleed damage, along with physical damage, of course. And whenever she launches that at you, you take more bleed damage until, like, you know, you have blood loss. She's not too hard to kill, but depending on the area you're in, if it's like a tight quarter area, then you're kind of limited on how you can dodge her attacks. Like, if you're in a tight spade area, you can't really roll around her because she'll probably be taking up that whole area. That's what I mean. But in an area like this where it's wide open and such, you have like plenty of room to move around. So all you have to do really is just let her attack and get around her. And all these guys have some interesting items. I got an Estus shard. Surprised my armor is holding up nicely. Then again, you get a lot more health whenever you fucking use your ember. And I think I have an undead bone shard, but I don't think I ever knew that, like, you use that to make your Estus recover more. Because if I remember correctly, I think it was something called Bone Ash in Dark Souls 2, where you use that to level up your bonfire area. And what that did is, it made your enemies stronger. So it's like, you can make a bonfire up to, like, level 7, and enemies would be unbelievably difficult to kill. And you'd just be having a horrible time because you can be like at the first playthrough, like new game, like just playthrough 1, and you're fighting level 7 enemies, and you're just like, oh my god, I can't. Because that's what happened to me at some point. Because I'm just gonna waste all these and see what happens. And seven bone ashes later, it says like you can't use it anymore. I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna go kill the pigs that are in the normal area, like the area you go to level up, and they one-shotted me by bopping their heads up. And those are the caged enemies that I was talking about, and I don't know what he threw. He's not hard to kill. All you have to do is like a strong attack, like a strong thrust, and you'll kill him. Because, if you look at how much damage I take whenever he does his kick, it's not much. Like, if I didn't have armor on, I guess it would do more damage, but he doesn't really impale. He doesn't, like, go through my armor too well, so my armor holds up pretty nicely against him. Oh, and earlier, my day has been pretty good, if you're wondering. School was pretty funny. I also got my fall classes set up, so yay. And also in this game, I just found the Sunbro Covenant. So happy days. Fuck. But, in school, I was at the game center. It's not at the game center, it's the cyber lounge, but at the back of it, people can bring in their consoles and such and connect it, and they can all play like Smash Bros. Or Tekken, whatever, Street Fighter and such. And there was this one guy who was playing on this computer, and he was playing this Dance Dance Revolution game, but instead of like with his steps, like with his feet to use the buttons, he was using his fingers, and the game was going like really fast. Like, you would not believe it, and all you heard was just that, like, that's all you heard. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's what we heard. And we were, like, at first I didn't hear him at first because I was just paying attention to the people playing Smash, and then I just started hearing, like, furious, keyboard tapping, and I turn around, and all I see is this guy, like, hunched over, near his face in the computer, just, like, eyes wide with focus, and he's just, like... And we're just like, what the fuck? What's going on? Because, like, all we see is, like, letters moving at that not letters, arrows moving up at Mach 10 speed, and he's just like, oh my god! Not really, his face said it, but, like, he was going to work. Like, holy god. But man, that guy is like a fucking god at that game. Because he was getting a perfect too, like a perfect 300 and something throughout like a ridiculously fast song. With like multiple steps and such. We're just like, how the fuck do you play that? And he's like, oh, just, you know, I sometimes win and lose, but, you know, practice makes perfect. We're just like, yeah, years of practice in the Himalayas, I guess. But anyway, I've rambled on enough and we're at the end of the video. So leave a comment if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, bro. And in the next video, we're gonna continue on forward. So until then, I'll see you all later. Oh, and happy May the 4th be with you.